Good morning, Facebook Live and Joslyn fans. I am Rebecca, the program director here at the Joslyn Center, and this is episode 52 of the Joslyn Variety Show. So today we have Veronica here to do our morning warm-up, and then Susan is back to talk about brain health, which is always a great treat. So thank you, Susan, for being here. So let's do our warm-up and get our brains moving so that we can be ready to talk about some brain health.
Thank you, Rebecca. Hello, everyone. Okay. So if you're seated, please stay seated. If you're not seated, please have a seat. And let's just start with ourselves in a comfortable seated position. Go ahead and sit all the way back in your chair with your feet flat on the floor. And you can just rest your hands in your lap or however you want to. What I want to do today is something a little bit different. Let's just start out just really quiet. We'll just get into a quiet place. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. Since we're not standing, you should be fine. Just close your eyes. You have to get up, open your eyes and wait, and then move around. So I'm always talking about breathing when we're exercising. So how about if we close our eyes, be comfortable, check your posture, relax your jaw. You can separate your teeth a little bit. Now just listen to your breathing. Just notice how you're breathing. So try not to control your breathing, just let yourself breathe. Now, decide to make your breathing deeper. So really try to fill your lungs. Your tummy's going to expand a little bit, your diaphragm's going to expand. Just really try to take a nice deep breath through your nose. And when you're full of air, stop for just a pause, and now just gently release it. So let's continue doing that. Nice deep breathing in, pause, exhale, pause, and then repeat. Okay, when you really pay attention to your breathing, it's one of the few things in life that can, it just demands your presence. You're completely in the present moment when you're in touch with your breathing. Just observe it. Okay, all right. So why don't we stay seated and let's just raise our arms up, keep your shoulders down, and then out. So arms come up, reach out, and exhale down. Let's see. Reach up. So let's say the walls are on either side of you, and you're trying to reach for the walls, but they're just a little too far away. And reach up with your shoulders down, and go ahead and push out. Okay. Let's do some marching in the chair. We're going to stand up, but I just want to start with the marching in the chair first, since we're here. So start to engage your muscles. You're going to engage your abdominal muscles, helping to lift your knees up. Keep your back nice and tall. Your abdominal muscles squeezed are protecting your lower back. So I've come off the back of the chair. Just try and sit straight up. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stand up. Exhale up. And just move to the side of the chair. Okay, so let's continue. If you want to stay seated, just keep marching. And then you can also bring them up at the same time as the marching and bring them down. So you want to inhale up and exhale. Good. Okay, let's step side to side. If you're seated, you can just tap your toes out, one side then the other. want to get our blood flowing, get our body more oxygenated. Then we're going to focus on our brain. We want body and brain. So let's warm up our body. Okay, I'm going to stand at the chair, next to the chair, and I'm just tapping my heel forward. Squeeze the abdominal muscles again. This is very controlled, so I know exactly where I'm tapping my heel. A little bend in the opposite leg so I can reach forward. Just kind of go down and forward. Okay. I'm going to turn to the side, so just tap back. Keep your upper body up. So you're just tapping your toe behind you, just reaching. Oop, I got a little off kilter there. Good to have the chair here. Okay, good. All right. So let's just stand. Your feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart. And I want to do that rowing that we've been doing lately. So you want to reach in front, you're grabbing your oars, and you pull behind. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades, and then just come right up to the front and pull back. So we're squeezing our back muscles. Make sure your shoulders are down, so they're not shrugged up at all. Down, and then squeeze those back muscles. Inhale here, exhale here. A couple more. Okay, rotate your shoulders. Real big movement. This in itself is relaxing. Okay, now hands up as if we're going to do a push-up against the wall, but we're just going to do it standing. So what we're going to do is, instead of our body coming towards our hands, we're just going to push out. As you push out, you're going to feel your chest muscles. Really squeeze those muscles. Squeeze. Inhale here, and then exhale. Feel your chest muscles. Inhale. Exhale. Focus on the muscle that we're exercising. Push. Couple more. Pushing forward. Let's push that wall away one more time. Really push that wall away. Okay, let's relax a little bit. Now let's put the weight above us. So we're going to work our shoulders by doing some overhead press. Okay? So you can have your hands up here, about right angles, and just imagine the air is really thick. You're just going to push up. Inhale down, and then push up. So it's like you're holding a barbell. Push up. And think about you working all this here. Push. Push. Okay, let's keep working on this. Push up. It's really heavy. Push. Now, one of the machines that we have in our fitness center is the lat pull down. And the lats are your big muscles in your back here. So let's start at here, and now we're going to pull the weight down. Pull the weight down, and up, and pull the weight down. So you're squeezing your back muscles again. Instead of going back, you're kind of going down. So pull down, and pull down. And all of that without any dumbbells or bands, so you should feel nice and warmed up. So just relax. Susan's on her way right now, just as we... Okay, have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Veronica. Okay, bear with us while we get set up for Susan. We are gonna scooch up a little bit and open this. Yeah, there we go. Susan, how are you today?
Good, how you doing?
Good, I'm so glad that you're here.
Good.
All right, so I'm going to get you guys as close as you can so you can see her slides really well, because Susan works so hard on these and they look so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to give the microphone over to Susan, and we are on what are we calling these? Brain Health Wednesdays?
That's a good name. I'll take it. Oops. I think this little thing fell off. Oh. Okay.
It's been doing it.
Okay. And I think I may need your help for nursery rhyme. If you are the nursery rhyme person.
Oh boy, she's giving me homework, guys.
Do you know which slide I'm talking about? Oh, okay. Hello. Oh, out this way?
There you go.
I'm good?
Oh no. So Facebook is giving you a face. Let me see if I can tell it not to.
It's giving me a face.
It's giving you a face, one of those filters.
Oh no, it doesn't like me today? I didn't do
Apparently
anything.
not. Hold on, guys, while I figure out how to take the filter off. Okay, now we're good.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Susan Chinsky. I work at the Joslyn Wellness Center, and I teach Brain Boot Camp is one of the classes I teach. And so I just thought I'd do a little something. This isn't actually the class, but it's something like the class that we would teach. And I also do sometimes Aging Mastery, which is a 5-week course, and Grief Recovery, which is an 8-week course, and I do one-to-one problem solving, so you can come see me and talk about any of your problems and we can deal with it. So today we're going to talk about sensories and senses. So we believe that there's 5 senses because those are on your body part. Those are your body parts. So people may say, well, there's 9, there's 21, it's like intuition and other ones. We're just going to stick with the 5 today. So those 5 are sight is one of them, so we all see. Hearing, smell, taste, and touch. So they all correspond to something. So sight is your eyes, hearing is your ears, smell, nose, taste, tongue, and touch could be your skin or your fingers. So let's start with sight. So sight, we can judge the depth of things by looking at things. We can also, oh my gosh, the light is really strong that we have on today. So we can interpret new information and we can identify color. I don't think it's a matter, but thanks for trying. We're always trying new things. So sight is you're looking through your eyes right now. So you're seeing me, you saw Rebecca, you saw Veronica, you watch TV, you see what's in your room. So sight we use a lot, and it's our main sensory thing that we use. So sight. So that's one of them. The next one is hearing. So hearing, we can detect vibrations. So sometimes when we're listening to music, our ears are vibrating inside. So that's one way we could do it. Maintain balance. If you ever had vertigo, a lot of times they'll say, how is your ear? Do you have an inner ear infection? So that'll keep your balance is with your ears. And then also, it regulates pressure. So when you fly, sometimes you may notice that your ears may pop or they get stuffed while you're flying. So your ears are effective. Also, you can hear, you could hear children screaming or laughing, or you can hear music. You can hear there are lots of good things, and then of course bad things like a loud siren or yelling or fighting. So there's lots of things you can use with your hearing. And the next one is, oh my gosh, smelling. Now this is the strongest connection to memory, believe it or not. So we may remember our childhood, we may remember maybe our mom was cooking something that smelled really good and brings us back to that time. So that helps us with our memory. Also sense, you may remember smelling perfume, or you may be remembering smelling bad things. Oh my God, this is like really hard. Anyway, chemicals. Chemicals may be like a negative thing, that you may smell gas in your house, but it's kind of a good thing because if you smell gas in your house, you know you need to call the gas department or you need to check your gas meter and turn it off. Also, things that long forgotten, which is the smell, which we talked about, is you may remember cooking or something, or you may remember your mom's perfume, or even maybe your first girlfriend's perfume. What was she wearing? Or your first boyfriend's cologne. So that's your smelling. So the next one is taste. So we have hot and cold. We'll remember sometimes we'll eat something, drink something hot or cold, and we get brain freeze if it's too cold, and if it gets too hot, we'll burn our tongue. I've done that a few times. Then we also have in our mouth, we have the taste of bitter, sour, sweet, salty. So just food tastes good. We like to do that and like to eat because we like the taste. And then harmless or poisonous things that we may taste. You don't want to drink arsenic because that's poison. Harmless would be, food or water, and be sure you get your hydration in because it's getting hot out there, especially today. And ice cream, we all like ice cream, huh? That's good. So the next one is touch. So touch, contact. So contact would be a hug, and we're not getting a lot of those today because of what's going on with the virus, but maybe if you live with someone, you contact more and you're touching more. If you have an animal, which is great, cat, dog, touch them. Pressure, so pressure would be maybe like a pressure cuff on your arm when you go to the doctor and they take your blood pressure and the pressure goes up, or if someone socks you, that's not good. Heat, you may feel heat going outside, you just feel it all over your body, it's hot. And you don't want to touch anything hot like a hot stove because you'll burn yourself. So, or you may, in a fire, could be good in the winter, you have a nice fireplace, it keeps you nice and warm. If there's a fire raging in your neighborhood, that's not a good fire, that's not good. Pain you feel in your body, you feel your skin, you can skin your knee, hurt yourself. And so that would be in your skin, and that would be touch. So the next is, now that you've learned all these things, I want you to look at these pictures and see how you can use all your senses to remember things. So look at this picture and think about, can you hear something? Can you see something? Can you touch something? Can you smell something? Or can you taste something? So look at this picture, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about the picture. It's kind of a cute picture, huh? Okay, are you guys all ready? Did you see your picture? Let's see how observant you are. How many animals were in the picture? Do you remember? There were 2. What kinds of animals? I think it was a lion and a cub, and I'm sure Rebecca will tell me if it's not true because she knows all this stuff. And how were they positioned? Do you remember how they were positioned? They were kind of positioned nose to nose. And where were they? Where do you think they were? Did you notice the background? There were trees in the background. And what color eyes did one of them have? Did you notice the eye color? I think the mom had green eyes. So here's all the answers. How did you do? It's going to get harder, but use your senses. If you think about all your senses, it'll be easier. Okay, ready for the next picture? Give you a few seconds. Okay, got it? Okay, let's answer the questions. How many animals were in the picture? Did you get 2? What kind of animals? Now, I said a hawk or a bald eagle. Was I correct, Rebecca?
Bald eagle.
Bald eagle, okay, good. How were they positioned? Do you remember? Were they sitting, flying, standing? I think they were sitting on I would call it a bark. And where were they? Do you remember what was in the background? I think it was like snowy mountains and a lake. And what was the weather like? I'd say cold because of the snow on the mountains. Did you get that? And what was in the background? The snowy mountains. Okay, did we do it right? I think we got it all right. Okay, ready for the next picture? It's going to get a little harder this time. Use all your senses. And really look at everything here. You kind of know some of the questions I'll ask. Are you ready? Okay. How many animals were in the picture? 2. What kind of animals? Do you remember what kind of animals they were? You might remember the nursery rhyme, and that might help you with this picture. There was a cat and a cow. And what were they doing? The nursery rhyme definitely would help you on this one. The cow was jumping over the moon, and the cat was playing a fiddle. Where were they? Did you notice what was on the bottom of the screen? Kind of looked like it was green and there were some trees, so they might have been in the forest. What was one of them wearing? That's a little harder now. I think the cat was wearing a purple dress and a bow tie. We'll go back and look and see. Did you guys think of anything else? And what was in the background? I think there were moon and stars. So let's go back and look at the picture. So purple dress, did you get that? Bow tie. Oh, I think little red sleeves. Get extra points if you got that one. So this is a nursery rhyme, the
Cat in the Fiddle.
The Cat in the Fiddle. So is it 2 different nursery rhymes?
Hated the Little, the Cat in the Fiddle.
The cow jumped over the moon. So if you knew the riddle, it might be really easy for you. If you had no idea about the riddle, you would just go, what is she talking about? So here's the answers. And we're going to do another picture. So now use all your senses in this picture. What do you see? What do you smell? Because this picture really has a scent if you can imagine where they are. Should be able to tell where they are. Can you hear anything? There's no like seagulls in the picture, but you might think, oh yeah, I can hear. Or I can hear, what are these? You can hear the waves, maybe. So are you ready to answer the questions? Okay, here we go. How many people were in the picture? 3. Who was in the picture? Some young boys. And how were they positioned? Do you remember there was one that was in front? And where were they? Did you get at the beach? They were at the beach. And what was the weather like? I think the weather was okay. It wasn't real sunny. And what were they doing? They were running, and one of the boys had a paper airplane, it looked like. So, how'd we do? Did you guys get all that? Okay, this one's a little different now. And you might want to tell yourself a story about this picture, because it may help you remember things more. What could the story be? Are you guys ready? Okay. How many people were in the picture? 1. It was a little girl. Who was in the picture and what color and style was her hair? So it was a little girl and she had red curly hair. Did you get that? Did you see that? Hopefully you did. What was the person wearing? I think she was wearing a little skirt with matching tights and a little colorful, like kind of checkered shirt. And what was she doing? Looked like she was writing something. And if you tie the picture together, maybe she was writing a letter to Santa Claus, because what time of year was it? Did you notice that was a Christmas tree next to her? And what was next to the person? So the Christmas tree, and then there were some presents on the ground, right? Did you get all that? Do you want to go back and look at the picture? Does it look like she's writing Santa Claus if you made the story up? If you made the story up, you'd remember that there was a Christmas tree and presents, because that goes with Christmas. Okay, ready for another one? This one's kind of hard. This was actually a postcard I found. So look at this one. This one has a lot of stuff and it's kind of blurry, but that's how the postcard was. So use all your senses. Kind of know what I'm going to ask. And are you ready? Okay. How many people were in the picture? This time just write it down and then we'll go through the answers on the next page. Who was in the picture? Did you see who was in the picture? What was one of the people wearing? It's kind of distinct. What was the people doing? What were the people doing? And what time of year might it be? Did it look cloudy, sunny, nice? What was the person sitting on? What was next to the person? What was in the background? And where was the person? Okay, you ready for the answers? How many people were in the picture? 2. Who was in the picture? A woman and someone in the boat. You did see that boat in the back there. What was one of the people wearing? She was wearing a white dress, white stockings, white shoes, white hat. Everything was white she was wearing. What was the people doing? She was sitting on a bench and sailing. So the 2 people, one was sitting on the bench, one was sailing. What was the weather like? It was cloudy. What was the person sitting on? She was sitting on a bench. Did you all get that? And what was next to the person? A jacket and a black and white scarf. What was in the background? A boat. And where was the person? At a lake. Do you want to go back and see the picture again? So here's the boat, and it looks like it's a sailboat, but it kind of looks like he has an oar out here, which is interesting. And then there's a little boat down there too. But she's all in white. I didn't ask you about the cane. Did you remember the cane? If you did, get extra points. Okay. And we are done. So let me know if you liked this. If you want me to do any other type of thing, let me know that. Hopefully you enjoyed this presentation. And remember, my name is Susan Chinsky, and I work at the Wellness Center. And call me if you need anything, have any questions. Here's my phone number, email, and thank you guys, and have a good week. And back to Rebecca.
Thank you, Susan. I'll cheer you out. Thank you. Okay, everybody. That means that it is the end of the Joslyn Variety Show for today, and I am going to send you guys off into your day. Oh my goodness, we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, so I will see you for a full workout with Veronica. She is going to do what's our Take 20? Take 20. We're going to do 20 minutes of a workout tomorrow. So come prepared, have your sneakers, have your chair, and we will see you in the morning. Have a great day.